It is Thursday today, and I decided to actually bring you with me on my work day. We no longer really do vlogs anymore. However, your girl has been booked and busy, and I decided showing you a little snippet of what I do outside of, YouTube would be interesting today. I've got a speaking gig. I've also got a shoot before heading out. So I thought, you know what? Let's do it together. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. You know what to do if you do. Give this video a massive thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It is absolutely free. Also, did you know most people don't actually know that subscriptions are free? Like, I was shocked to find out that people still think you gotta pay to be a subscriber. No, you don't. And if you've been one of those people, also let me know in the comments, because it is funny. I've been saying this for years at the very least, but also I've only got a small corner of the internet, so we can't also assume that everybody knows. And if you didn't know, subscribing on anyone's channel, not just mine, is absolutely free. It's gonna cost you nothing. If you like someone's content, even if it's not me, just subscribe. It's free. Alrighty, I've got to finish getting ready and busy. Hey there, it's Yolz channel. I'm almost done. I actually have a standard face, so I think maybe that's also why I don't show things like makeup tutorials anymore, because I'm very comfortable with one eyeshadow look. If it's not this color, it's going to be orangey, like a burnt orange sabu. Yeah, but I've been experimenting with like brown. But is it really experimenting if it's brown? Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to add some lips and earrings, look decent. The last time you saw me was my afro out. I don't even know. But I basically took the afro out. Won't be braiding anytime soon because the braids decided to go with my hairline. Not the point of this video. Hopefully when I'm speaking today, nobody's going to be focused on the hairline. Okay, cool. What else? Since you're here, we're gonna start filming soon before I head out. Let me actually show you guys our setup. Behind the camera is usually ones. How are we gonna do this? Should we show them the whole thing?
Do it with your phone.
Do it with my phone.
And then show them your screen recording on your phone.
Okay, so we're gonna jump over to the phone footage. So this is what you'll see on your end. No, this is what I see on my end. This is the front. I'll show you guys from BTS. This is the back, and there's a reason behind this madness. You'll see just now. Background lights that we use, you're gonna see the magic happen on screen. Right now it looks very messy. Is anyone lit at all? We got one light on. Everything cool. So then let's see the effect on that side. Sabehind the curtain. Okay, this is kind of the effect that we're looking for. Essentially, we're creating a sabu glow, but a very subtle one because it is for client. We use regular lights, LED lights. Some people actually buy color, but the problem is not all LED lights change. So you can get the ones that color change. Some are just set, which is not really helpful for us in our case. So we're using what we have, and then, as we grow, maybe we'll get custom colors as we go along. So you've seen how that looks and the results. Just wanted to show you a little bit of, my work process here and there. Right after this, Nozi walked in. She's a guest of mine, so you'll be seeing her soon.
Walking towards the a cow. No.
Okay, before we actually start shooting, and even after, we chat and chat and chat endlessly.
Dies in the week. Yeah. So it will be next week. Yeah, understand? And every day people coming.
Skin looks beautiful.
Let me try this. This is the review. I'm joking.
You look great. Okay.
It's so hectic.
All right.
Most of us believe that true legacy means generational wealth. And with good intentions. But unfortunately, true legacy is the reality and consequences you leave once you are dead.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Soft launch.
It's not even 10 in the morning.
Sorry, I was already recording. Let me know if I need to stop.
You're kidding me. And my voice as well. Yeah, just checking my lips.
Okay, I'm gonna take you through my talk. Today, I am speaking at a Yoko event, and it's really all about small businesses and just solo entrepreneurs and partnerships that exist, but on a smaller scale, small to medium enterprises getting together. It's called the Yoko Exchange. So yeah, just to run through my notes, maybe this is going to be helpful even to me. If you can just listen, bounce back, become my sound wall. I basically want to start off with the story of where it all began as Yolanda Jawe, who needed to, oh no, not Yolanda Jawe, I was not married. Ooh. Let's take the ring off for a second. As Yolanda Pilane, my maiden name, working at a bank, feeling frustrated, feeling boxed, and needing to channel my energy. So with my first bonus, I bought the camera, the lights, and then I want to move on to this massive video, which didn't do the numbers actually. It's currently on 12,000 views, but it changed my life. Where I cut my hair, and I think that for me is like a pinnacle point or springboard for my career, really, like my YouTube career. Because that video, and I'll put it on here as well, it changed everything. It gave me access to the influencer world. It gave me access to brands. It got me into rooms where I could get paid doing what I loved. And I wasn't paid on YouTube before then. I didn't even know, I actually went in it wasn't with the intention to be paid. Does that make sense? But I got out being paid. Hello. And then I want to talk about small businesses and sort of like tips, making examples of how people can use one product in many different ways, and how can you service the same client over and over using one product. But that's really the message. The topic is adaptability and the ability to adapt in a fast changing business landscape, particularly because of AI, obviously, disruptors and things we can't control, like another crisis, another pandemic. Are you still going to be in business? Should we have another COVID round 2? Yeah, well. And if not, what can you do? What about your skill set? Maybe not your product. What about your skill set? How can you monetize that in 5 or 6 different ways to shield yourself from economic and volatile market conditions that can take place without your control? So yeah, that's basically my talk. I do want to also share a little bit of like funny videos, and the whole point, actually, my whole presentation is just videos. I think for me, I didn't think about it, but now that I'm looking at it, it's in theme. I'm a video creator. I speak in video language, so it makes sense to stand on stage and play these videos, almost interjecting. They become my slide, my page break between like my segments. So that's really my talk. I don't think I left anything out, hey? It's a very long speech. They gave me 45 minutes. Mzotini, 45 minutes. And then maybe I'll just touch a little bit on my story. People remember stories. This is another tip for you if you're a YouTuber or an aspiring content creator. I think comedy does this very well because they are forced to tell a story. That's how we follow, and then it gets funny somewhere in the middle or near the end, or there's irony sometimes, or there's what do they call those? Ishap Kev. When a story quickly changes and the ending is nothing close to what you expected. But people remember stories. So I want to almost, share and motivate with the story behind it. And the lovely thing about your story is that it's unique, and you don't have to lie about anything. You don't have to make up any new stories. You remember your story. So even if like your speech, if you had to have a speaking gig or you had to share in front of people, if you're making the basis of it your story, milestones don't change. Life-changing moments don't change. Those stay the same, and they'll always be there. So it's a nice way of cueing certain things. So certain videos, I'm like, remember that? Okay, cue this video. Remember that? Cue this video. Otherwise, you get caught up in like all the words that you lose your place and you lose your audience. There's no more connection. So that is the plan for today. I want to also end off this whole talk with the evolution, because with adaptation comes an evolution and change. Obviously, you're adapting to something new, whether it's a new environment, whether it's getting out of your comfort zone, there's an evolution. And funny thing is, the first video is so bad. I don't know if I'll even show you guys. But the final video of my presentation, the quality is crisp. I don't want to show them the whole video, but I do feel like you can actually see the evolution of Yolz's channel. And as human beings, we change naturally, and if we are in the same place, we stuck. We don't belong in one place. Something is wrong. Growth takes place, and when growth does take place, change happens. Sometimes in small increments and sometimes in massive leaps. But yeah, I want to basically show that. Now, people won't obviously know the behind the scenes and the plan, but I do think the brain will actually catch on. 10 years ago, 23-year-old Yolz. What I want to talk about today is how, you find yourself on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and you see something that you were thinking about, something you've been pondering about for a long time, something that you've been meaning to do, and you didn't get to it, or you just gave up, whether it was a dream, whether it was an idea, whether it was that creative boom in your head that happened one day and you just never followed up. What are we doing? Why aren't we doing the things that we love to do? Because if we really did those things, I think we'd do it wow. I think we'd be exceptional in doing the things that we really love doing. Why? Because we'd have reason to wake up. We'd have a reason to live. We'd have a reason to breathe. If we're not living out our purpose, then what's the point? Because we're gonna die. In fact, the reality is, yeah, we're gonna die. But if we're not living, we already did. So I was stepping out of my comfort zone today. I love people, I love media, and I love life. But I feel as though I've almost stopped living. I'm gonna embark on a journey to find and discover that journey once again towards my success. Success that's not defined by the corporation I work for. That's not defined by my mom, my sister, my friends. Success that's defined by the things that I love doing. Success that's defined by my very DNA. My purpose. And I'd like you to join me on that journey as I invite others as well to share their success stories, to share their journeys, to share their challenges and their triumphs. I think this is what I was supposed to do a long time ago. I think I've been sitting in a place, a bubble, a box, a space that's been just too comfortable. And if you're that person, if you're that girl, if you're that guy, I think it's time to open that door. Take that front seat. Grab a hold of that steering wheel. Let's pretend this is the steering wheel. And drive our lives. Join me. Versus 10 years later, 33-year-old Yolz, who's now not doing hair anymore, at least as the main thing, and who's no longer scared and in corporate, but rather has corporatized her own business. And he's speaking to other solo entrepreneurs who are in a same but different boat, different business, but the same boat in terms of running your own business and really living out your purpose, and exchanging information and knowledge, So yeah, that's the end of it. And at the end, I want to almost anchor it with just saying, as a human being, you change, evolve, and so does business. Stagnation and comfort doesn't look very different, especially when you're physically ignoring the urge to pivot. You'll feel it. You know when you need to change. Sometimes you don't give in to the urge. And if there's one entrepreneurial characteristic that I've learned, is that all we need is the ability to adapt in an ever-changing business landscape. And we can then adapt and more than survive, but thrive. So that's really my talk, y'all. I'm going to go with my husband, Wandi, as well as Nyaki from Club She Is. And I'm excited. I'll show you guys some snippets. Am I nervous? Yes. Do I still get nervous? Yes. But I'm really, really excited to also do something different. Y'all have seen me in all these beauty events. But finally, things are really aligning. And I'm going to more finance, business-focused things, which again speaks to the evolution of Yolz and where the channel is going. That's the brand that I see. Do it all for a good girl. One time, this is
enough holding back on this, and let's get carried away. Stop making a big deal out of the little things, cause I got big deals and I got little things. Got everything I'm asking for, but you. Stop making a big deal out of the little things, let's get carried away. Come right now, you know where I stand. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. Would you hurry, you're mine, you're mine. All I'm really asking for is you. You're mine, you're mine. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. Would you hurry, you're mine, you're mine. Long as you know who you belong to.
And one thing I know for sure, to introduce this topic that we were talking about today, I needed to either adapt and survive or adapt and thrive. And one thing I've learned is I don't like surviving very much. It's too comfortable. And most people are kind of, I don't know, we find with surviving, especially in South Africa, how are you? I'm surviving, right? Which means you're okay, which means you kind of, swimming. But I found myself drowning in many situations where it looked like I was swimming. Particularly in corporate when you're doing really well, it's almost as though, right, you're okay, you're growing. What are you complaining about? You find yourself being a bird, almost caged. Do what you like. Hi, come watch the following year, my first bonus. I get that camera, I get the lights, and I'm not afraid to be embarrassed. I'm going to show you my very first video. The sound, actually, let's just watch the video.
I am back home, and you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought. Y'all, before leaving here, I was so nervous for the talk, but actually, it didn't go too bad. I feel like I was a bit too casual. Like, there's a part of me that's like, overthinking it. I could have done this better, I could have said that better, but it happened, and everyone, at least most people, said that they loved the talk, it was inspirational, and there are things that they've learned, XYZ. Somebody actually said to me, you're gonna make me quit my full-time job simply by what you said. And I was like, well, don't do it. Have a plan. Leave comfortably, and know where you're going. Like, don't just jump. But it was actually really, really, I don't want to use the word validating, but amazing to hear Uguti, like my story, my journey, can be a lesson for somebody else, and hopefully my mistakes are too. It's not like this journey did not involve any mistakes. I don't know what that was, but yeah, it was actually amazing. I hope you took something from it, from the bits that I did add on here. I don't know if Yoko will actually have like a whole takeout video situation. I don't even know if they have a channel on YouTube, but if they do, I will link it in the description box should there be a video up by the time this video is going up. Other than that, I am exhausted. I want to sleep, and my social battery runs out. Like, one thing I've learned, if I'm around a lot of people, it runs out. Other than that, y'all, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. It may not be work related. Oh, no, it probably will be work related. It will be money related, that's for sure. I'll see you on the next video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It is absolutely free. Honey, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody, because people might be thinking, badala for every channel. Yeah, don't forget that. Other than that, comment down below and let me know how you found this video. Another vlog when we said no more vlogs, but a kind of work vlog. Sabu. Yeah, let me leave you guys. Good night. Bye.